Hello, good evening, guys. This is the Sports Doin, and हम लोग live हैं आज with the football discussion with the Manchester Derby being the primary discussion point. And joining me today, right now, are Sulaksh and Prashant. We will also soon have Vijay on the live here as well, guys. Hope the both of you are doing well.
Yeah, I mean, as well as we can do as Arsenal fans. So trying to stay alive. But yeah, it's been decent.
What
Yeah,
up,
man.
party people?
All good, brother. All
There's
good. How are you
there's
doing?
someone who's happy.
Very, very happy. The only disappointment is Sushil's not here.
I think that one's on purpose.
Yeah, what a week he chose to take off, isn't it, Vijay? Absolutely perfect, spot on, making sure. Yeah, exactly that five that you're showing, five consecutive home losses. Sushil must be having a gala time. I think he's had what, like 25, 26 years of hurt, 2 years of glory, and then again back to the hurt.
Well, at least he has practice, right?
Yeah, he has form for that, so he knows how to go about it. But yeah, we've got people in the comments already. Sulaksh and Prashant, I think before we get into the discussion there, just I'll take a few comments and then I'll come to you guys. I'll first like to discuss the Arsenal result yesterday, and uske baad we can get into the United City game as well. I can see that I can see already Pratmesh is there in the comments. Says GGMU. Of course, to be honest, don't see anything apart from a City win. Same here, brother. United might use Dan James to create some issues on this in the space left by Cancelo or Zinchenko. That could be the only attacking joy we might get in this game. Don't think even that is what United will get. City better than us at set pieces and all major one-to-one battles. Title will be settled today. And Bruno says title's already settled weeks ago, mate. We just need to do everything we can to do finish second or third. That is true. Meda says, "Hi Bruno, big fan. Was waiting for you to join." All right, you know we always have some important personalities joining in our lives. So अच्छा है, अच्छी बात है. Do keep joining. Do keep supporting the channel. तू खेल ले ढंग से आज बस. All right, telling Bruno. Even you guys turned up on a Sunday against Big Six, but Bruno Fernandes has failed this season so far. All right, that is true. ब्रूनो फर्नांडिस अश्विन को देख ले टॉप सिक्स के अगेंस्ट परफॉर्मेंस कैसे दे रहा है सीख थोड़ा दिस वाज आर विजय दिस वाज द जोक दैट इज going on. So yesterday Ravichandran Ashwin became one of the only bowlers to, yeah, I think the only bowler ever to win 6 man of the series in top six test cricket. And people went like, Bruno, learn from this. Bruno, learn from this. Ashwin is performing against the top sides. You gotta take your cue from Ashwin. Shivam says to Arsenal fans, yeah, man, there are two Arsenal fans. Jab United fans are a bit busy. What is that to say? Bruno says hello, mates again. Hey, yo, boys, two Arsenal fans on one panel. Can the both confirm we'd get the FPL assist points for Saka? And I'll
No,
come
no,
to
you
them.
ain't getting no
Sushil is
points.
missing. Yeah, Sushil is missing in the same way his best defender is. That is true. Until unless I turn up, I don't. You won't turn up, brother, and there is no wins today. If Arsenal had won the game yesterday, they would have been so close to Liverpool. But Arsenal being Jaka as always, that is true. I'll come to Arsenal, man. I'll come to Arsenal. Bruno Fernandes. Bye. All right. Silaksh, Prashant. I'll start with Silaksh because it's been a while since you've been on the pod. So yesterday. Good goal by Oba. Post that, many chances. There was a chance for Saka. There's another chance for Oba. There's the initial air shot by Nicolas Pepe. Then the penalty that was not given. Then the shoulder arm save, and then the post by Ceballos right at the end. There were chances in the middle as well. So it wasn't as if Arsenal, can really blame their midfielders or their attackers per se. In terms of they did create chances. It's just that you
No,
couldn't.
but I think we can blame our midfielders and attackers, and they are absolutely the two main reasons why we lost the game. Because I think defensively we had a very nice performance in terms of clear-cut chances. Burnley just had that one clear-cut chance with that Chris Wood shot that was saved very nicely by Leno. But the midfielders gave the one of our main midfielder gave away a goal, and the strikers couldn't finish a goal that was right there on the plate. I mean, it's not just about the Pepe miss. Even basic crosses were not being put in by the fullback. Saka was off his game. Tierney was not delivering the way he is. And Callum Chambers actually came out to look as one of the better additions to the team yesterday. So I don't think you can let them off so easily. And what I've been reading on the forums and everywhere is, oh, it's the same pattern. It's just unlucky. What can Arteta do if the players are shite, if they can't finish? But it's not a one-off game. This is the same pattern that's been going on for 20, 30 odd games. And just scoring 4 goals against a subpar Leeds side does not really paper over the cracks of what are the bigger problems at this club. And the bigger problems are that we're just not good enough to play the style of football that we are persisting to play. And if we're not good enough, then we should be lumping the ball down the track. I mean, what is Leno doing picking out Xhaka in the first place? And Xhaka is obviously running back to him. It's a stupid pass of Xhaka to ask him, and it's a stupid thing for Leno to not recognize that is the wrong pass for him to play. And then after that, it's the Xhaka show, like we've all seen. So I think the main culprit yesterday was Granit Xhaka along with all of our attackers, because to be honest, we threw away the game. We had the game in the bag. We should have won comfortably. Even after the mistake, we should have won 3-1 or 4-1. Nicolas Pepe can't seem to be consistent enough to be considered, the world class player that we all wish he was. And Aubameyang cannot just keep scoring hat tricks every other game. I mean, he's got you his goal, customary, typical Aubameyang goal, and we still can't capitalize. So it's not good enough. I don't think you can let them off the hook with anything like luck or anything like next time these things won't go against us, because the same referees were there for the other side as well.
All right, I'll come to you, Prashant. Someone with the referee issues that you've had in the past, and not just you, particularly with Arsenal in particular. Yesterday, I felt you guys were a bit unlucky to not get that penalty because मुझे तो लगा मतलब you can't really be sure, right? Like ball यहाँ पे कहीं लगा था, the defender it hit him somewhere here. So you can't be sure if the ball's not gotten any part below the shoulder, if it's gotten all of it above the shoulder. How is the referee making that call? How is the VAR overturning that call? How is it a clear and obvious error? Because it wasn't a clear and obvious error. The ball comes and hits him over here. Okay, we leave that. We leave that beyond that. I want your answer on that Xhaka comment, because that was absolutely pathetic by Granit Xhaka. I don't understand what is he playing at. How many more chances is Arsenal Football Club going to give that player? I don't get it. Like I agree that he has a few mediocre months and he gets into the good books of people, but when is he ever going to be good? Sulaksh is talking about Nicolas Pepe. It's just the second season for him. I don't even remember when Granit Xhaka was signed. We're still waiting for him to deliver.
So he very rightly pointed out that it wasn't just Shaka's fault. Like he shares obviously major blame for that goal because of that idiotic pass. I don't know what he was that is something that you do on a school playground when you're very tired. It's not like first half of a Premier League match played by Arsenal. It was very uncharacteristic of him, and then Leno played a terrible pass to him. I think, and for as far as Xhaka's overall performance goes, he has been playing quite well, but then he has these mistakes in him, and mistakes are one thing, but these mistakes are costing us games after games. His mistakes just take the game away from us, and that is just I don't know what to say about that. Again, the refereeing yesterday was dodgy to say the least, and it's not us who have a problem with referees. I think it's the referees who have a problem with Arsenal for some reason. I don't know. I don't get it. There was a clear handball, as clear as day, and nobody, I mean, what justification do you have for not giving a handball to that? Why did not VAR interfere then? No answer. But okay, fine. We did not
नहीं
finish.
मालूम यार.
We did not, come finish the game. We were not good enough on the day, and that has been the story. Nicolas Pepe, I mean, if he pays 72 million for you, you can't do a tap in. I mean, that was a tap in, by the way, the first shot that he missed.
Yeah.
Any of us, any five of us could have finished that shot.
Even with my left, I surely.
Yeah, especially with my gift.
So there's one thing, Prashant, that I'd like to point out that I mean, I know that's not a popular opinion, but according to me and according to how much I've read about football rules, I strongly believe both of them were not penalties. Because according to the law, it's the same situation that was given last week against United, in United and Chelsea, when that handball by Callum Hudson-Odoi. That was the same situation that happened yesterday for the first penalty call, and the second penalty was clearly on his neck and his shoulder. I mean, there is no way that both of those
Yeah, the
uh,
second
situations
the
were a
second
penalty.
incident, I'm not talking too much about the second incident because that was like there is a gray area and gray areas are okay, fine. We don't even talk about them. I am just talking about a very clear handball, and we have seen fine. I mean, the rules are
So, I
obviously
mean, in that situation, I think we should be vexed more with how the rules relating to handball have been changed in the past years, more than being vexed with the referees. Because according to the letter of the law, the referee just did his job. And the only thing that I'd like to probably point out here is that why the referee wasn't sent to the monitor to make both the
yeah,
decisions, and why
exactly.
why VAR has suddenly, like, in the middle of the season, we saw proper communication by the league to the referees team to start sending the referees to the monitor. And now they've reverted
Exactly.
back to the old system where they're just hearing on their audio and then just making the decisions based on someone who's not on the pitch.
Absolutely, and let's not forget, Burnley did hold Leicester to a draw as well last week. So it's not like they don't have form for holding teams above them in the table to draws and stuff like that. I'll first of all welcome Naved to the pod, man. This is Naved's debut. He's with us with on the Sound of Manchester. Some of you who do subscribe to both the channels might have seen him there or heard his voice in our earlier audio only pods that we used to do earlier. Welcome, brother. Hope you're doing well. And just for everyone's information, he's a United fan, so of course here to discuss the derby. That's going to be a look at his jumper. He's already in the right colors right now. So Navid, how are you doing, brother? you're on mute. You're on mute. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. How are you guys? It's a little bit of a Sunday early morning for me, so it's really cold. So I'm just wearing this. It's not due to derby. Don't worry. I'm gonna
No,
change quickly as soon as
it's
I get my
okay.
senses back. Yeah.
It's okay, brother. I mean, even if it were, you're just a truthful, honest man, understanding the situation and just being realistic about things.
Just
So
like
it's
Pogba with his blue hair. Just like Pogba with his blue hair when
just
we won
like
it.
Pogba. Yeah,
That
just
was
like
that was a
Pogba
good
and his
one.
blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. So we'll start the United City discussion just in a bit. Just to round up the Arsenal chat. Vijay, did you manage to catch the match yesterday, Burnley versus Arsenal at all? If not, your overall overall impression on the result and the matches that went about yesterday. I mean, Arsenal were the only big team per se to play yesterday as such. So and of course Leicester
That's
as well.
very kind of you. That's very kind of
Leicester
you.
as well. Sorry. Leicester as well because they
The
did get a
bigger team
victory.
would be Leicester.
They did get a victory in the late kickoff there. So Leicester already out there in second place could genuinely end the weekend on second. Just your thoughts on the Arsenal draw and the Leicester victory.
Well, like I said, the first place is sort of sorted at this point, and we're just pretty much only going to care about the top four race at this point. With respect to Arsenal, the comment that I got from an Arsenal fan friend of mine yesterday was after Chelsea beat Liverpool, um, dude, we are 3 points away from Liverpool if we win. And what I love about that is I love how Arsenal fans themselves use Arsenal as a benchmark for a team performing badly. Like it's beautiful. But what with Leicester, I was kind of hoping after the 1-0, I think they were leading, right? Against Leicester
Yeah,
1-0.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I was hoping to make things interesting for the rest of the people fighting for top four, that if Leicester do stumble, and it didn't happen, and Leicester thoroughly deserved it because I'm just here. Last time I was on this podcast, we were all talking about the lineup of Arteta versus Leicester and how shoddy it was, and guy pulled off the win, right? I mean, come on, kudos.
Yeah, he did. He
With
did.
the-
He did.
yeah, and it kind of shows how strange the fixtures generally are. Like you can put up a weak Arsenal lineup, weak, and I don't mean to in an insulting way. I guess even Prashant also agreed with me that was just an absurd lineup, but it worked against Leicester. And we were talking about how Leicester were trying to attack Arsenal with putting two strikers. It just didn't work, and things aren't going according to plan for anyone. Which is one thing I'd like to mention before United City. Things aren't going according to plan, so you guys might, pull out your jumpers. You can't say the next podcast could be really fun for United fans. But yeah, you can't
कुछ भी
say it.
बोल रहा है मतलब he's just baiting us for no rhyme or
No,
reason at this point.
I'm not going to see. One thing is United fans do not need bait. Bait victory is their bait, right? Like it's done. Like once you guys get that, you guys will like, oh yeah, we were always there. But what I meant was United Chelsea was another game that I thought would have something more to offer, but I think the only talking point was that handball
But
thing, as
yeah,
well as Ole Gunnar Solskjaer reads more Chelsea website shit than I do. Like, wow, kudos to him. Like that was an interesting thing. But like again, top four is more important right now. It's more of a competition, and in terms of that, I am sad the Leicester won, but. Being a fan of Brendan Rodgers, yeah, I think they do deserve it, and I'm glad that he got that win.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I think Leicester did drop points in the last two games coming into this match. I think last three games coming into this match. So it was vital for them to get the victory. As I said, mentioned earlier, they're out there by themselves in second place, and it's in all probability they might actually end up being second throughout the weekend. And Chelsea do take on Everton. We'll come to that, but of course, the primary point of our discussion is the match tonight. It is, of course, Manchester City taking on Manchester United, a Manchester City team which is so far ahead of Manchester United that you probably need binoculars sitting at where United are to look at where City are. When it comes to the just purely the league table, just for the benefit of our viewers, if you want, I mean, I really don't want to, but I'll read out what the league is for you guys. Manchester City, as I mentioned earlier, are on top. The points, if you really want me to mention, they've got such a massive lead over the rest of the league that it seems like, as Vijay mentioned, second to sixth or second to seventh is the real battle, probably, or maybe second to eighth if you want to extend that, and the rest of the league, probably there is a battle between who finishes 18th and who finishes 17th. There are no other battles in this table. It's a dead ass league. It's really boring for all the nonsense that we were discussing at the start of the season. Ki yaar, this might be one of the closest title race. See, so many teams are in it. All blah blah blah. Nothing. City just turned up for 3 months and they slapped the shit out of everyone and they told everyone to be in their place. Ki Aukad mein raho. So on that note, I'll come to you, Naved. What do you expect out of the match today, buddy? One of my friends on a group even asked me, why are you guys going through such an effort for this derby, man? Like, we all know what's going to happen. So, क्या point है? तो मैंने कहा, यार, it's okay. We still want to talk about it. I know. We'll talk about it once whatever the result comes as well. So, why not talk about it before as well? So, Naved, what are your expectations, brother? I hope you've got something planned post the derby as well, because you would need something to take the edge off. You can't have your Sunday ruined like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna try some therapy cooking after that. Let's see, maybe. Yeah, if it helps. But yeah, it's gonna be a tough one, I think. But because mainly it's because our form and City's, but our away form is brilliant. But anyway, that doesn't count once you go to the Etihad with City in a 21 win streak. So
Yeah.
I'm honestly expecting a loss, but I'm hoping that at least we can get a draw. At least, because we need to keep the pressure up on Leicester and keep away from Chelsea as well, because I think Chelsea is going to win away at Everton this weekend. So I think I'm hoping at least for a draw, but it looks unlikely, because now we probably might have Lindelof back for the game, because he's rested him in midweek and he said he had a back problem. So mostly Lindelof and Maguire is going to play, which
How is that a good thing?
no, which is a bad thing. That's what I said, which is a bad thing. Which is why I think
I would have
it's
hoped.
one of the reasons.
I don't want Lindelof to stay injured. Like, I just hope one of Lindelof and Maguire is not fit so that Bai can play.
Exactly. But I don't know what is with Solskjaer. He keeps trusting Lindelof and Maguire again and again. I think it's just a matter of trust, not a matter of skill anymore. Because what can Bai not do that like Maguire and Lindelof provide?
Kind of like the United board.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. It's a reflection from the top. Yeah, fair enough. But yeah,
No, I
so
mean
those.
there are other issues with the United board, yes, as well. But I think Ole is
Yeah,
better
of
than the
course.
board at least. But yes, there are massive problems.
Yeah, Ole at least cares about the club in one sense. But even though he's in my eyes not good enough to be a Man United manager in the future, but he still cares for the club. At least we can see that. That's there for a fact to see. It's unlike other the previous managers who cared more for their image rather than for the club, which is good to see. But yeah,
Mourinho.
he's still our most successful manager post Fergie. So it's hard to like
That's
put,
just
So that's a
it
one
is
of
sad
what it
those
is.
indictment on the
that's one
club, I
of
would
those
think.
Yeah, true,
funny
true,
funny
true.
but true facts.
True, but it is what it is, Like that is the truth. That's what Jose and fans would say if you throw this at their face. But anyway, so getting back to the derby. Well, yeah, I think our fullbacks are in brilliant form, which is a good thing. Which is our probably our main attacking point with Luke Shaw's flying right now. But
Yeah.
like the thing that will suit us in this game is McTominay and Fred because both of them if they play against an opposition who sits back, they're almost as useless. But when there's the City with who's going to have probably 70% of the ball, I think McTominay and
Maybe
Fred sitting
80.
behind, maybe yeah, who McTominay and Fred sitting behind will probably help us with defense and maybe give us a bit of a threat on the counter because I think Fred releases balls quickly sometimes, but he still makes mistakes in front of the box. But he can find Rashford. I think so. I think that's the only hope that I have with Rashford running behind because I think Bruno's in a stinker right now. I think he's in a rough patch lately. So I think he needs some support to come through, and I think Rashford needs to provide it because I think Rashford, Martial, and Greenwood, I think in my opinion will start, but Martial's been he's been there's no expectations from him. So it's just basically Luke Shaw and Rashford and probably Bruno if they can do something. But yeah, I highly doubt that we're gonna get a point even. I think we're gonna lose. Being realistic, that is.
Yeah.
I'm just
I
braced
mean,
for it. I'm scared, but I'm braced for it.
yeah,
It
it's
feels
it has a. I'll come to Sulaksh for this because we saw that match together. Sulaksh, it has that same feel of that game. Remember at the Etihad when City were going to win the title 3 years
yeah,
back,
yeah,
and
yeah. I was
it's,
just gonna
it's
say that.
probably Mourinho's last full season. United was so far away and so far in the dumps that there was literally nothing you could say for that United team. Everyone was just expecting a just walkover City victory, and after that first half, it was
After
looking
that
like
first
that
half.
exactly. 2-0 up in the first half. It looked like a procession. One song company with the goal that he always seemed to get against United, and I think it was Gundogan, the
Gundogan in the
Renaissance
second
man
goal,
right
yeah.
now. Yeah,
Yeah.
Gundogan in the bottom corner, left bottom
He
corner, left
turned in
footing.
the
Yeah,
box and then yeah.
yeah, that
He
Raheem
used to
Sterling
be for
pass.
like 5 seconds in the box.
Yeah, and if you remember Sulaksh, and of course Naved would remember very clearly. I mean, Raheem Sterling had like three opportunities in that
Three
first half.
quarters.
It could have been
Yeah,
4-5-0 in that first half, and just for
Yeah.
a period of 20 minutes, United changed the gears and City were rattled as fuck, and it
Yeah.
just doesn't feel like it is that City playing anymore.
Yeah.
That's the issue I feel because feel defensively they're so stable, Sulaksh, that even that result, that sort of unbelievable result that came about that evening about 3 years back, 4 years back now. You don't see it repeating itself, and आज का it almost seems like यार एकदम foregone conclusions सा लग रहा है कि मतलब completion activity होने जा रहा है वहाँ पे you're just going there to rubber stamp a fixture and then you'll take the L, you'll come back and then you'll once again struggle for the top four. Do you give United any shot whatsoever? Because frankly, as a United fan, I'm struggling to even be I guess drunkenly optimistic if you want to put it that way.
I think, see, it's football, so you can't really take away the chance or you can't really take away the element of randomness that accompanies with the sport. And if you want to talk about that game, I hope you remember who was the person who called it at halftime, calling out a couple of Alexis Sanchez assists,
He
and
did,
that's
he
what
did,
he
he
got.
did. He said
But
Alexis will help you guys, and he actually did. And
He
Alexis
yeah,
did
actually
he
not
did.
do
did.
anything before that
Probably
or
only
after that.
one of the only
He
two
did.
good games played for you guys.
Yeah,
So
Arsenal and
I
Yeah.
City. That's it.
I think that apart from the fact that City have been brilliant, they have actually addressed their defensive problems very nicely compared to, let's say, the first 2 months of the season, and that's largely due to the presence of Ruben Dias and the return of John Stones, you can say. But it's not like I don't give United a chance, and I think the situation is not exactly similar to how it was 3 years ago. Some common points being the same, wherein City are going to be the runaway leaders, but City are not a better side. I would like to disagree with that. I don't think City are a better side than they were 3 years ago, and I think everyone else is so inconsistent, so dog shit that we are just being made to think because it's the facts are clear. When City were being average, everyone was being average. The league was unstable 3 months ago when we were talking about Aston Villa and everyone and kuch bhi ho sakta hai. And now City have just been consistent for 10 games and they're already runaway leaders. So you can't really say that they are an exceptional side or they are better than the Centurions or the best City side that has been in existence under Pep. That, like I've been reading, I completely disagree with that. I mean, maybe there are a couple of stats that can back that back that particular point, but I don't think that is true for the entire season. Maybe for a stretch of 15 games, it might be true. Having said that, I do not think United are gonna get anything out of this game because it's just boring, man. It's just you guys don't put yourself out there. I mean,
Yeah,
uh,
that's
it's
true.
and I mean, that's also skill. Trust me, as a
Is
football,
it? Is it
it
really?
is. It is. I mean,
Just
I
stopping
know it's
yourself from
boring.
playing at all.
It's boring, I know, for a fan to watch, but as a technician and as a tactical person who's watching the game, I think it is a very skillful way how you manage to just completely kill a game of football whenever you feel like if it's a tricky fixture and you just want to get it over with. You're like, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll play our
Oh
nil all
God.
card today, and there's no there's no counter to that nil all
it's
card.
like it's like Uno reverse, right?
Well, it's basically a wild card, but instead of draw four, you draw zero. So that's what it is.
Change
Uh,
color basically.
Change color. But I think City are also
Yeah.
I think he had a net issue.
Yeah. It's actually it's the both of them. So just for the viewers, Prashant, Sulaksh, and I are in the same house using the same Wi-Fi right now. So if there if there are issues,
For me as
yeah,
well, I didn't know that.
yeah. So if there are issues, I think Sulaksh will come back. Prashant, if you're also there, I'd suggest you use the 19:1 Wi-Fi if you can. I'm telling you this to you on the stream itself. So do that. That should work better. And
Am
if
I
Sulaksh isn't
am I
using,
aud- am I
yeah,
audible
you
or am
are
I?
you're audible and visible, and ask Sulaksh to do the
Yeah,
same.
uh,
yeah.
Yeah,
sorry
Yes,
Sulaksh is
for
back.
man.
that.
Yeah, Sulaksh,
Yes.
carry on, carry on.
Yeah, so just to end my prediction, I think City are gonna take the game, and it's gonna be another big game involving Manchester United, where it's boring. And I would just like to end that thought by saying, I mean, I've seen a lot of United fans being very negative, but I think United have deserved props this season. I mean, the kind of season that it has been, and it was so easy for United to fall into that trap of how Tottenham and Arsenal and even Liverpool have fallen and trying to think they're much better than they actually are. But United have at least you've ground out those results which we take for granted, and you've secured yourself top four. And I think that's pretty much all you can ask for
It's
because
not secured right now. But
it's
Sulaksh, I
secured.
take your point. I take your point. Absolutely. As a United fan, I would never go after Ole Gunnar Solskjaer because where we were at the beginning of October, how horribly he's been let down by this board, how horribly he's been let down when transfer window after transfer window after transfer window after transfer window. You can start from not this summer, the summer that went last year. He was let down then he was let down again last winter with Erling Haaland. You know what happened. Then again with Jude Bellingham. Then again with Jadon Sancho. Then again with the centre back in the summer. Again with the central defensive midfielder in the summer. Then again nothing happened in the winter. The only signing that Solskjaer wanted was Bruno Fernandes that he's actually been able to get to the club. So if you are being very honest in that sense, Ole Solskjaer has not been backed by this board. He has done things in spite of the board. And if he manages to finish second or third, and I hope and pray to God he manages to land a trophy because I really want him to do that. really don't want that joker to be the most successful manager since Ferguson at Manchester United. Do not want him to be his imprint to be associated with Manchester United ever. It's like an acid wash that the club needs from that man. So just get that done, get that hoodoo finished of those semi-finals, and move on. Whether Solskjaer is the right guy or not the right guy, as a fan of Manchester United, still feel happier that he is in charge rather than some random dude who would just want things for himself, throw the players under the bus whenever he or she wants. No one ever talks about the incredible man management that Solskjaer has shown, incredible levels of media handling that he's shown. He's grown as a manager in the last 2 years. If you guys, from our perspective, you watch him, he has, and you cannot call him a tactical dum-dum. Apart from Jurgen Klopp, he has a level or a better record against all top managers in the league. So he is
Not
good enough.
against Arteta though.
Top managers, I said. So
Oh.
All right, but yeah, not against Arteta. Arsenal, not just Arteta, even Unai Emery, Arsenal seemed to be his bogey team. Arsenal genuinely seemed to be his bogey team. He's not won against Arsenal. Apart from that FA Cup match, he's not won against Arsenal. But yeah, Prashant, coming to you for the City perspective, of course. I'll of course go to Vijay as well because what else do you do? So Manchester City. Man, यार देखो काफी obvious तो है उनका 11. We know who's gonna start in terms of defense. So you're gonna have Ruben Diaz, you're gonna have John Stones, you're gonna have Joao Cancelo, and of course Zinchenko, because Mendy, he doesn't seem to trust Mendy as such. I think you'll have Gundogan and De Bruyne playing as well, with Fernandinho, the constant fouler, I would call him. The guy who fouls every time and only manages to get it. Yeah, only man. It's just funny how he always gets a yellow card only the 75th or the 80th minute when it means nothing, really. And while his fouls start from the 80th second, perhaps. But yeah, we'll move on, and they'll have their fantastic front three: Foden, Sterling, Aguero, Mahrez, Torres, Jesus. I mean, he can choose anyone, any three out of those 6, 7, 8 players. So again, the same question I asked Sulak. Any chance whatsoever? Because to be very honest, none from my end. And if you were to ever try to look for any weaknesses in City, can you possibly find one?
I mean, the exact same point that Suyaksh made, I think I also made on the second stream that I came on, that City has been the most consistent team across seasons. They have been the same. It's the others that have fluctuations in their performances. Talking about today's match, I think only United has the experience and the capacity to hold them off, because they are so good at just producing that 0-0 result. And that is the only thing that I think is going to work for United. I think they need to just sit back and hope to get the D. And
Get that D.
We'll be happy with that D, dude. Let me tell you.
I'm telling you that D is the best thing you'll get in a long time.
Definitely.
Of course.
All right, then. All right.
But one more thing I would like to say is that you know that City is not going to sit back. And to be honest,
I don't really remember when was the last time City sat back, bro.
Yeah,
it's been like 15 years.
There is no shame in losing to City, so I think today is a really good day for United to just go out and play. And if they lose, they lose. Nobody is anyway expecting them to win. I don't think anyone is really, apart from the belief system that is inside the team, outside of that bubble, I don't think anybody is expecting them to win. If they lose this game, nobody is going to say anything. It's just going to be business as usual. So I think they should really go out and try and play the best attacking football that they can.
All right. Okay. Vijay, what about you? Finally, we need to get some thoughts of yours. On the point about Manchester United, I do completely take Sulaksh's point, to an extent take Naved's point as well. United have had a decent season. They've not had a great season, but considering where they started from, it's not been so bad. But when it comes to Manchester City, the way they've turned it up in the last few months, they made the title race redundant, and What are your thoughts on this match? Any shot whatsoever? Maybe a fluke victory or fluke draw for United, or it's just going to carry on to form the way City have been playing.
Um, the thing with Manchester United this season is definitely, I think under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I would say they've overachieved. When I think you said that City don't have, oh, I forgot who said it. Sulak said that City don't have a better team, right? And I disagree. I think they have a better team. I think as a team they play well. As individuals, they have the capacity, also the quality that's there. That's kind of a cut above at least 18 to 17 teams in the Premier League for sure. They are solid, and that solidity is what everybody else thinks is that consistency. And I think when they lost it in the middle of the season, or at least in the beginning of the season, is that they found it again, and since then they've been churning on. Uh, it's hard to look at as like a general factor that's saying that City has just been consistently winning and that's something that's unto them. No, I think the fact that the other teams haven't done it, because the spectrums that every team in the Premier League have been going through are vastly different. I don't think you can just say that City are being City this season. I don't think so. And I actually probably would fight Sulaks to the point that this could be one of Guardiola's best victories, because if you look at October and all the problems that all the teams that we support have, and I remember in October the amount of how close to, I think all of us were agreeing that Solskjaer should. I mean, if Solskjaer was sacked, it would be like decent. From that
Hmm.
point in the season to now, where we're talking about the first and second place teams, right, playing a derby today, and we don't expect one to beat the other. I don't think so. I think that it's going to be a competitive game. And like you said, and I agree with this. Solskjaer does get big games right. He does get big games wrong for sure. But with in regards to the Premier League, the way he faces teams, faces managers that are on paper probably more tactically aware than you would expect him. He does get it right. The way he played against Tuchel was pretty good. I wouldn't say they played attacking football, or I wouldn't say they wanted to win the game. But I think the strategy for this month, which could be a really bad month without this strategy, is that this strategy is survival. Like we have to
Yeah.
get over the line, and if if that strategy needed a test, Manchester City is that ultimate test, right? And if they are going to play for that point, it would be a very good, interesting football game, because I don't think United will be expected to sit back for 90 minutes. I think they will have ideas that City would not see. City play the way they play the best in the world, and that's what makes them them, right? So in that sense, it's advantage United when you think about it in terms of what can they do with an expected wave of attack, right? And I think Scorsese does get that right for a lot of times. The easy thing is I support underdogs despite them being United this time. Yeah. But yeah, there is, and I remember I had this exact same feeling for a derby, I think a couple of seasons back, or maybe even last season, where United won 3-0 against the
Yeah.
City, right? I
Yeah.
felt this
Human.
exact
2-0,
same
2-0,
way.
2-0,
2-0,
2-0.
yeah,
2-0.
right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it was a game where I was expecting decimation by City, and I actually like set up my day expecting City destroyed. But dude, United played so well. Like the unexpectedness, it can catch even City and Guardiola off guard. Get that
Yeah.
first goal, or get that D, however you want to frame it. But my point is, I wouldn't count the team that's second on the table out just so easily. Like maybe the other 18 for sure, but I think Scotia, especially away, like what is that away record? Like where
Yeah.
did that come from? Is that like you look at these 11 players? Those aren't the 11 players who are supposed to have that record. Just saying, right?
No, they're not. They're not. They're not. You have to.
Yeah,
So it's since I think second week of January last year, United haven't lost away in I think
that,
domestically.
that's a record above Ferguson's, right? for
Yeah,
United.
it's an all-time Manchester United record. I think it's probably an all-time English record now.
Exactly.
I'm not sure.
That's my point, right? Like
It
you
could
don't have.
actually be could actually have the Invincibles aspect there. So I'll have to go and double check. But it's definitely an all-time United record.
Yeah, and that's. I mean, I think there's a documentary on Ferguson coming out, so I was just reading a bit
Yeah.
on that, right? And you know, think, there's no frame of mind where you would say this Scholes is going to get a record over Ferguson in a good light, but he's done it, and kudos to him. But I do disagree with the earlier point you made, Kushagar, and this is something probably like just our mindsets. I don't think you can judge Scholes based on the players he hasn't got. I don't think he's a manager set for that. I think if you gave him the players he wanted, it'll be like a Frank Lampard situation where he would have no more excuses. Like he would it would really if an unperforming Jadon Sancho and Erling Haaland would happen in his watch, it's going to be a very difficult explanation.
That's also true.
And
Fair enough.
also, by the way, the players you named out, they're the best players in the world, bro.
Brother,
Everybody
that's the
wants
thing.
them.
That's the thing. No one really was hyping up Haaland to the extent that he is today when he was linked to United. All it required was a few more million paid to RB Salzburg, but the fuckers
You're not
didn't
allowed
pay
to
it.
say a few more million unless you're like Bezos, okay? I'm just saying, like,
Dude, Ole was his manager at Molde. Ole literally helped him come up.
Ole shaped that player. It's like it's like developing a young player, knowing he's going to be good enough, telling these dumb fucks that sit on your board कि भाई वो अच्छा है. I can see him. I can see his trajectory. I know his father. He's from my own backyard, from my own country. Played for my club. I have molded him at Molda. Sorry for the pun. But coming back there, they don't come through. Jude Bellingham.
what is their side of the story? That is too expensive.
Their side, yes, a 20 million layout for an unproven Norwegian playing in the Austrian league wasn't something that they did. And look what that guy's done. I know he was on the losing side last night. A brace against Bayern.
He was
But
pretty good.
I don't know, dude. Chelsea are targeting him, Barca are targeting him, Real
Now
are
it's done.
targeting.
Now it's done. He's never coming to United. He's never coming.
I was
I don't
surprised
know,
to
dude.
see that United was one of the clubs that he is still considering.
Nah, he won't.
Yeah,
That's just all paper talk. That's all paper talk, man. That's not
No,
happening.
I-
Guys, I
I'm
think
just saying, like I would honestly advise realistic expectations from all of our clubs. Like even Chelsea, when they say Haaland, like if it happens, good. That means Roman sold, some massive Russian assets or something for this to happen. But my point is, it has to be like that kind of a thing. And I hope his German friends help him out. Like Havertz and Timo and Haaland form a little Powerpuff Girl gang for Chelsea. No, let's be realistic. Like. These are the best players in the world, and there are other clubs that are considered bigger. Might not happen, but to say that the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer can be a better manager with Erling Haaland, yes, and 1+1 is equal to 2, right? I don't think.
But Vijay, do you really think that for players like Mbappe and Haaland, Real Madrid and Barcelona are really good choices at this point of time? I don't think they are. I personally don't think that.
I think if you want to be the best player in the world, I think you have to go to the best club in the world and make a name for yourself. I don't think that Mbappe can just play at PSG. He can win everything at PSG for sure. But the thing is, these are the clubs that will have that ambition that these players will.
No, I get that, but
how is this? No, my question, just a question to the panel. I'll keep that with you guys because I want to take a few comments. Then I'll answer the question for me. What is this nonsense about Barca and Real Madrid being considered the best clubs in the world? What is this nonsense? Seriously, they've had one good decade from 2010 to 2020, right? Before that, they were crap for 20 years.
You can't just dismiss a decade of football, bro.
No. Okay, brother. So what I'm saying is, look at where they are placed today. Both of them in massive, deep financial shit. None of them can afford Haaland, Mbappe. Barca can't even afford the players they already have. It's another month they've missed out on payments to their players. It's just because it is Barcelona that's why they're not going to be served a notice for administration. But their finances are as bad as just multiply the amounts, but they're almost nearing where Leeds were when they went out of the Premier League, man. Just look at the finances. It's horribly managed. Every
I'm
precedent
not
that
defending
leaves that
Barca. I just use them as an
every
example,
precedent
but
that leaves
yeah,
that club goes to jail, man. Bartomeu's gone to jail.
it's like Monopoly. Like you do the whole circle.
You have to. I'll take a few comments, but yeah, on that best club comment, I'd love Prashant and Naved's opinion as well. Who do you consider to be the best club now? For me, it's got to be Bayern, then Man City, maybe Liverpool.
Absolutely.
What was that?
Not Liverpool. Not Liverpool.
No, I
I
mean,
wanted to say
not right
Germany
now.
without
Not
saying Germany.
yeah, I know, I got that kind. But yeah, Liverpool. It's if you take the squad into context, if you probably bring in a Virgil van Dijk, maybe we could add in Liverpool next season. Maybe not this
But if
season,
you
but definitely.
subtract Jurgen Klopp, which is probably going to happen because he is interested in coaching the German football team. So if you subtract Jurgen Klopp from that equation, I don't think Liverpool. I mean, it remains to be seen, is what I'm saying.
It remains
I'm
to be
not.
seen. Yes.
It remains to be seen.
चलो, I'll take a few comments, boys. उसके बाद मैं आप लोग पे आता हूँ. No Pogba, no Cavani, no Donny. Okay, let's just shut shop then and get a point. When does he ever play Donny anyway? So I mean, yeah, let's just shut shop. So many
What's up
chances
with
in the
that?
Oh man, forget it. Like we've spoken enough about it. Like, I just feel sorry for the guy. Get him some therapy. Get him out of United. I guess I don't know. So how many chances in the second half? I mean, how did Arsenal not score there? That is true, Shivam. As quite Arsenal being my second favorite. Let's go Fulham. All right, brother. We always enjoy it when Liverpool lose. So you don't need to be a second, third, fourth favorite. You don't buy world class products on EMI, Sulaksh. Yeah, he's talking about Nicholas Pepe there. That is true. You did sort of buy him on EMI. Most errors leading to goals in the PL since that's what I was talking about, Prashant. 8 for Zaka, Benmi, and others on second. For 5 goals. All right. हारने से डर नहीं लगता साहब यूनाइटेड के अगेंस्ट बोरिंग nil-nil draw से लगता है Liverpool's a Man City fan. Yeah, man, it's gonna be fun to watch how United manage a 0-0 here, considering City attack so well. Xhaka's still at Arsenal because he has a good left foot and can hit target from range. I think he's talking about that goal against United when it swerved and De Gea absolutely, cocked up there. Manchester Derby combined 11, 4-4-2 diamond. Edison Cancela is basically given us. Oh, he has given a few United players. I think Yasho was just kidding there. He has given 2 United players in Rashford and Fernandes, and there are 9 City players.
Sure.
Shaw is there. Oh yeah, I missed Shaw.
Yeah,
Shaw deserves it. Shaw deserves to be there. Yeah. Edison, Cancelo, Diaz, Stones, Shaw, Rodri, Gundogan, De Bruyne, Fernandes, Sterling, Rashford. I cannot fight with that, brother. I cannot
Yeah, I
fight with
don't
that.
see any other United player getting into it.
Yeah, I don't see anyone else. I think these three are the correct ones to be in there. Good one, Yasho. Good one. So VAR isn't the issue. People sitting behind it.
That's
VAR
like a
isn't the
very
issue.
guns don't kill people, people kill people.
People kill people. Absolutely, that's true, Bruno. People do kill people. It's not the referees. So many changes in rules and everything. VAR being drunk in so many complications has created a lot of confusion in referees' mind, resulting in poor decisions. Bruno says, "Come on, Naved. Bruno, you really need to do something for him to have that positivity based on this season's performance only. Hence the diamond formation." All right, Yasho. Thanks for that. Burnley also beat Liverpool at Anfield, the first team of the 5. Burnley are one goal FC. That is true. That is true. Shritama is in the comments. Nice for you to join. Kushagra, I know you're excited. I'm not really excited about the derby. But seriously, you're looking like a Sabyasachi model. Oh, okay. I don't know. Okay, thanks, I guess. I don't know. Is this Sabyasachi model supposed to be good looking?
I don't know,
Yeah,
man.
I guess so.
I suppose so. I will take it as a compliment. मैं क्यों अपनी बेइज्जती कर रहा हूँ? So yeah, thank you, Shritamas. Too kind, far too kind. Eventually, I feel Leicester will drop. भाई, eventually कब होगा?
Yeah, they will.
28 matches, 28 matches into the season, they are already only 10 left. When is the eventuality happening? I think they're going to finish top 4, guys.
I think they might drop off because the injuries are mounting up. Harvey Barnes is now out for the season. Madison's going to take some more time.
No, but who's going to beat them? Like, who's going to outperform them is the
brother. The thing is, Navid, unke na sare tough matches.
That's true.
Tough matches, most of them are out of the way now. That if you look at the fixture list, it's not that strenuous. So even if they get like 6 victories and 3 draws, or 2 draws and 2 losses, in the remaining 10, or like 5 victories and 3 draws and 2 losses. I think that's good enough to make top 4 because
But
नीचे
that's
वाले
the
इतने
thing.
inconsistent है ना.
You know, Rogers has like a habit of falling down the last hurdle. He did that with
Yeah.
Liverpool. It happened with Leicester
Last year
last
with
season.
Leicester.
So you can't really
Could
say. I think they can have a drop off again. I think if Vardy
You,
gets injured again,
Hmm.
then you might, because James Justin and all these guys getting injured, Evans getting injured as well, is affecting them quite a bit.
Will
These
United
teams
drop off if Bruno gets injured?
definitely, oh definitely,
For sure.
definitely.
I think matlab, his shoulders are drooping constantly, man. He's carrying the club on his back. Guys, do you think we are really progressing as a club? Bruno, that's a tough question.
Oh,
That's a tough question,
Depends on
brother.
your
Like,
shoulders, Bruno.
Bruno,
that's
do
what
you
it
think
is.
we are progressing as a club?
there's a Scandinavian bias in the Lindelof situation. I don't know, man. I mean, yeah, I know it's Bruno saying that. Sitting back and hitting them on the break with long balls, Rashi and James worked last season because Pep used to play ridiculously high line with mediocre CBs. This season ain't that case. Brother, you can be a good manager as well, seeing that you've actually analyzed that quite perfectly. Pep
But we've also
exactly
stopped
knows how.
playing. We've
Yeah,
also stopped playing long ball. Yeah,
yeah, he does because it doesn't help him because that's why he's ineffective against the bigger teams, right? When you
yeah,
play it on the floor, he's more effective. It's quite common, right? I mean,
yeah.
Bruno Fernandes is the only United player good enough to get into any team in the world right now, and you play football that is not
True,
according to what he is
true,
going to be good at. It
true.
doesn't help. Pep knows exactly how we're going to play tonight. Yeah, brother. Everyone knows. Yeah, pata ek to your.
Everyone
This is
knows.
another irritating bitch ass thing that happens with United. 2-3 hours before the match, the lineup is
Lineup
released.
leaks. Yeah,
This has happened now like almost
every
two
time.
months consecutively. Every match, this is happening. And how can this be so shitty? I mean, I agree. No one needs to really guess. We're gonna see McTominay and Fred sitting. We're gonna see those idiots at centre backs. I mean, Lindelof and Maguire with no speed, and then McTominay and Fred, cuddling them because they need to be protected. Then Luke Shaw and Van Bissaka not being allowed to go forward until and unless it's an obvious attack. As Bruno says, we are so predictable this season. And you know who will start? It'll be Rashford on the left, Bruno as the false nine, and Dan James on the right. And that's going to be fun. Let's see, 0-0 or a 0-1 Manchester United win. When we think United going to lose, that is the time they turn up. And the very fact that you said it, Shivam, is not going to happen now.
It's not gonna
Why
happen,
don't they
yeah.
start? Why don't they start with Pogba and Van de Beek? Both of them are injured people. So you can't really
Yeah.
injured. He answers Shivam. That's the reason we are unable to get a win in the big games. Yep. Yes, Pogba and Donny are not fit. Even after those 2-3 months at the start of the season, City can still get to 98 points. That's a ridiculous thing,
Wow.
right? That is what I think Vijay is also mentioning. It's quite remarkable that City are in the position that they are today. We'll go to this, and then I'll come to the final comments. And I also want Vijay's comments on the Chelsea versus Everton game because I think we've discussed the United City game quite a bit. I just want your score lines at the end from all three of you as well. Kushag, it's definitely a skill. 2 to 3 managers have made their careers out of that skill. Yeah, talking about nil-nils, right? Yeah. What scoreline are we going to lose today, Atul? Atul, you'll get the scorelines. Sulaksh is ooh. Yeah, that is true. That is true. And the Arteta bit, right? The way Ole handled the Pogba situation, calmed down fans on that situation was just incredible. It's true. It's true. Easily, I love KD as a United fans. He sees that the guy who won us the Europa League is a joke. KD, I don't rate Jose at the moment in the modern football. His best days are behind him. But come on, you can't just
Yeah.
call him a joker. The guy won us 2 trophies. He deserves to be praised. Bruno. It's okay. So you got to talk good things about him, of course. City lineup. Shivam giving us a City lineup: Edison, Cancelo, Diaz, Stones, Walker, Rodri, Gundo, KDB, Phil, Foden, Sterling, Mahrez, and welcome Pratnesh. Welcome to the pod, brother. Just for the last couple of minutes you joined in. Nice to see that. Should Dean Henderson start today? No, Atul. I think he might, Atul, because De Gea is in quarantine. De Gea is in quarantine after having gone to Spain for the birth of his first son. So I don't think has been cleared by the UK government to play. So I think Dean will start. Dean will start. Atul, Dave's not here yet. Bruno confirms.
Yeah.
Bruno is Bruno actually a fan who sits in Manchester? Should I be pinging Mihir Pratnesh? Is Mihir doppelganger? Is the Mihir doppelganger?
Mir is roaming around right now, so I don't know whether
All
he's
right.
picking up Mir.
यार कुछ हुआ तो मिहिर को बोलना if he can go near Old Trafford and just get a, even if it's a creditable draw, just get a 5-minute drop, just passionate rant from Mihir. United, Henderson, Shaw, Lindelof, Maguire, Bailly, AWB, Fred, McTominay, Bruno, Greenwood, Rashford. 5-2-1-2. He's given us the lineup. 4-2-3-1 we'll go with. Bruno says. I think I sort of agree with Bruno. That is the lineup we tend to go with. Fred's got double pivot. Oh God, what a crap pivot that is. Maguire, Lindelof at the back again, painful. In the start of the season, if you consider from the start of the season, yeah, City are not the usual City. In these past 3-4 months, they've been incredible. True. Navid Bhai, good to see you. Pratnesh, double duty there. 21 wins is just incredible in any season. KD looking like Joe Lolly. Now again, these are confusing comments, brother. Pratnesh, if you could clarify that. Joe Lolly is a footballer, right?
Yeah, he's a Nottingham winger.
Yeah, Nottingham Forest. Yeah, hey, as long as it's a decent guy, I'm fine. Dean Henderson will start. Atul. DDJ is not available. Personal reasons. Yeah, Shivam, we know. Hendo for captain. Okay, thoda zyada ho gaya. Bruno for captain is what you should be saying. Vijay, it's the other way around, mate. It's not us knowing what City will do. It's City and Pep who know exactly what Ole and boys will do. That is my worry as well. Vijay, as you mentioned that. Since Anfield 2020 post Salah celebration, we haven't lost away. And ये हमने इतना बोल दिया है ना, मुझे लग रहा है आज ही होगा. United is a club he's considering for rejection. That's with Haaland. And that's a United fan saying that. So yeah. So, it's all salt he's taken in already. Barca has more presidents arrested than we'll be scoring today. That is also true.
Hilariously true.
Liverpool, are you taking the piss, KD? Bruno, we didn't win. It seems like every other team that goes to Anfield is able to win. We didn't. So I'm not going to say Liverpool. IPL is 9th to 30th. Yes, Shashank. Thank you. The IPL schedule is out today. But cricket, yaar, hum log kal baat karenge. We'll come to cricket tomorrow. Top clubs are Bayern, Shivam at Bayern. I don't count Barca and Real Madrid in the top clubs anymore. Bayern, Juventus also. Probably Juventus. They've got a very aging squad. See, top clubs for me, it has.
Kushal, there's only one club. There's only one club right now. That is Bayern.
Yeah, India भी अच्छा खेल रही है. Europe, I agree. Under Conte, I don't think Conte will probably win a European trophy. The way he plays European football is not good enough. But domestically, Inter are fantastic. Bayern are good. Bayern, what a good. Bayern are bloody brilliant. They probably will retain the Champions League in all probability. Or it could be a Man City Bayern match. That will be the best matchup, I suppose. Man City for me are once again back in the one of the top clubs in the world. Man United certainly not. Chelsea massively questionable. AC Milan, no fucking way. So say no to football. Shashank says no. I won't.
Historically,
Sachi is an outfit fashion designer. Yeah, I know, brother. I know. I miss Fellaini, Atul lads. Bruno.
I agree. I miss Fellaini.
Bruno is the one leaking the lineups on the pods. All right, Atul. And Shitama clearly, Shitama clearly was making fun of me there. It's a meme sending it to you, reference based on your red apparel, man. All right. Anyway, got to build up for the Sindhu final. Yeah. PV Sindhu takes on Carolina Marin. I think it's around 7:30 IST. Yeah. So, do give it a watch if you guys can. It's live on Hotstar. The Swiss Open 2021 final. Pratnesh, just a quick views on the derby because, you've joined in late. And then I'll take all of your score predictions. Final word from Vijay on the Chelsea-Everton match as well. And then we'll call it an evening. Vijay is already yawning. So, bro, you just woke up a couple of hours back.
Night shift, dude.
Oh, night
He's
shift.
working night shift. Poor man.
Pratnesh, on you.
For United, as I said before, I feel the only joy that United can get is if Dan James or Greenwood, whoever is playing on the right, is able to exploit that gap that is left by Cancelo or Zinchenko or whoever they decide to play at left back. That is the only possibility United score, that if that gap is exploited. I can see this comfortably being 3-0 City. That's it. I mean, I don't want to dwell on something that I am not positive about.
All right, dwell on something that's not positive about. I love this. He's even given this prediction. Prashant, Naved, Vijay, if you guys could be so kind to give us your predictions.
I think 2-0 City.
Naved.
I think I'm gonna go with a 0-0 United draw. Ole is gonna stink up the Etihad, and I think we're gonna get a draw.
Oh,
I
that would
don't
be
mind.
lovely.
I don't mind. I don't mind stinking up the Etihad. Vijay, what about you?
I'd say 1-0 United. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
He's
come
just taking
on.
the piss. He's just taking the piss right now. Because he enjoys this. He's a mean fuck like that. So we'll do that. We'll put it that way. But yeah, fine. Vijay, Chelsea Everton man. Is it away? I thought it was home. If I'm not wrong. Are
No.
you guys away?
It's wait. Let me
Yeah,
check. I
I'm
think we're
checking
a,
as well. You guys
we're
are home. You guys are home. I just
yeah,
checked. You guys
Everton
are
are
home.
away. Yep.
Yeah.
Then
Um.
probably Vijay,
Mhm.
then 2-0 Everton, considering you're at home.
Why?
I don't know. Sounds fun. Could be.
It won't be.
Okay.
It won't be. Vijay,
No, fair enough.
बताओ.
This is Carlo Ancelotti's team we're talking about. I would never write that off. Um.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah. So see, the thing is, right? I just want to clarify beforehand that Liverpool were the first team that we have beat that we haven't given them the juju. Like it's ridiculous. We all bad teams that we face that are on a bad run, we let them win somehow. We let them a point. We give them some stuff. Liverpool, the first time we've done it. So if this team plays the same way, then I think like I don't know. It's too soon to say. They're unbeaten with Tuchel. I like that fact, but with regards to how the teams performed, Mason Mount, Andres Christensen, Kante, and Timo Werner, the way they played against Liverpool, if they play like that against any team, I think we're like solid competitors. This team is still growing. All of our best players are now slowly reaching that peak performance age. With respect to Everton, I don't know. They've been an inconsistent team, haven't they? They've always been in that top
Huh.
4, top 6 zone this season.
This
And
season, I think they've been between fourth and eighth. I
Eighth.
would
yeah.
think, yeah, fourth and eighth. They've
Yeah.
been there and thereabout. And if they
Hmm.
win today, if
They're
they win
fifth right now.
tomorrow, when the match they're fifth right now. If they win tomorrow, they'll leapfrog you guys. And
Yep.
they just we're all expecting United to not really do anything. I think they'll just be 2 and 4 points behind United and Leicester, which
1 point.
is very much gettable. 1 point,
Yep.
1 point.
If we lose in
Or they're
Everton lose,
47. I thought they're 46. So they're 1 point behind United and 3 points behind Leicester. That's just a fixture, man.
Yeah. So
and
it's
equal
perfect.
fixtures, yeah.
There's everything for both teams to play. I don't know why. Like I said, I support underdogs. I honestly do have this feeling West Ham are going to make top 4 this season. And
Oh,
yeah, I
imagine,
don't know.
imagine Jesse
David
makes it,
Moyes doing
United
that.
don't
I
make it.
I
Just
know,
imagine
man.
if Jesse makes it and United don't make it.
The mean fuck in me is praying that he's never prayed before. So yeah, like if that happens, I swear to God,
Dude,
even
Moyes
I
is
would.
even I
playing
would
well.
really up that.
Okay, so fair enough. So yeah, I'm hoping for a comfortable victory, but I don't think that's going to happen. It could easily be a 1-1 draw. Because our defense is solid. The way we control games with the passing is perfect. But in terms of attacking chances created, it's always or usually been the case with like 1 or 2 or 3 at the most where we feel like that should have been a goal. So I don't know. I'm hoping for a 2-0 victory, but I'll be happy given that one will get caught offside by Timo Werner. So 1-0.
Sorted. That I think the Chelsea Everton is another game we could take predictions for, guys. Your
Okay.
predictions, Navid, Prashant, and Kutmesh, in that order. Predictions on the Chelsea Everton game.
I think Everton's gonna get a draw because I think they've won their last 3 games. They're in good form.
Yeah.
Ancelotti sets up defensively very well. There's nothing against that you can say. So I think they're gonna get a draw. A 1-1 draw with I think Richarlison will score. He's in good form as well. So I think he'll
All
score.
right. Prashant.
I think Everton is going to win. It's going to be a 1 or 2 nil victory. 1-0, I would say.
All right. Pratmesh.
I mean, I just decided to take the piss out of Vijay when I said 2-0, but then I genuinely believe it will be 2-0 the other way around. The way Chelsea are playing, they're defensively very solid, and offensively, you all know they are very good on transitions.
यार टीमो
Even
वर्नर
though
अच्छा दिख रहा है यार अब Matlab,
Yes, Timo Werner looks like a striker who can score. That's the
But
biggest
Tino
upside.
Werner missed so many chances in the Liverpool game. I mean, had it been
by
But
you
that's
that
where,
goal. No,
Prashant,
I
the
mean,
difference
he
is, right?
why
He's
he
getting
is
in goal
playing
scoring positions.
brilliantly. His link
Yeah,
up play is brilliant. He
He's
was
doing
so
everything
unlucky.
right
Yeah, he
except the
was
yeah,
so
goal.
except for the
unlucky
finish.
that that goal was ruled out for offside. Yeah, what part of him was offside? I don't get it because clearly he was not getting an advantage by that part. But yeah, Pratmesh, carry on. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, see, Werner, the difference is he's actually getting in goal scoring positions as well. So I think that one part has to go right for him. The day it starts going right, he's going to keep scoring goals for fun. So that is a very, very good sign. And Mason Mount, I feel Mason Mount in himself is good enough to win games these days. So yeah, 2-0 Chelsea, probably. The hope is 2-0 Everton, but logically it seems like 2-0 Chelsea.
It's the
All
same
right.
beast for you either way, right? If we win, we're gonna
Yeah,
catch up. If they win, they're gonna catch
they're
up.
gonna catch
No,
up.
Yeah, basically
there,
people are gonna catch up. That's
yeah,
the scene. Yeah,
Yeah,
Vijay. So
I
that's
would, I
what
even
it
would
is today.
rather, I would rather Everton catch up.
fair
Mm.
enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. West Brom versus Newcastle is on, guys, right now. Nil all, 37th minute, 7:30 India time. Kickoff is Liverpool Fulham, of course. Then, you've got 10 p.m. is the Man City and Manchester United kickoff. Beyond that, you've got, as we mentioned earlier, you've got Chelsea versus Everton tomorrow. Today, for the late fixture, you've got Tottenham taking on Crystal Palace, Liverpool Fulham, and Tottenham Palace. Both of them, I expect the bigger teams to win. I expect Liverpool and Tottenham to take both the points, all 3 points there. We've seen stranger things happening. Liverpool at home have been very susceptible. I think they might break that 5 streak today,
Yeah.
and over Fulham and
If they
Tottenham.
don't break it today, it seems like they're never going to break it. Because they're on that kind of a run. Even Fulham could,
Yeah.
you look at
Yeah,
their strikers, they can easily pose a physical threat to the guy like Fabinho or
There was
that
anyone.
is
not
true.
one chance that Liverpool had that I got nervous, except maybe at the end, last 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But dude,
when
I
you
don't
would
know what
expect to
happened to
get
their
nervous
attack.
at that point.
Chelsea
Yeah,
are very solid.
Yeah,
yeah.
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 Okay, guys. I'll take a final few comments. I know we've not given proper predictions for Liverpool, Fulham, and Tottenham Palace, but because look at the games, man. They should be both those teams should be winning those matches.
Yeah.
If they don't, a reaction on that will be more fun. So we'll try to get
Yeah.
a pod midweek as well, football pod
Oh,
I
wait,
midweek.
wait,
don't think
Kushagra,
Tottenham is
I
going
forgot
to
to ask
win.
Prashant. I forgot to ask Prashant. I know I joined in late. How good was that assist from Jaka?
This is
What?
ridiculous.
I can't. The voice is not.
Yeah,
Are you?
they've already.
Did
Selection Prashant
Pratmesh say
already
anything?
Yeah, leave it. I say Atul says I sense a Diaz masterclass, disaster class
Disaster
coming.
class.
Man, I've been reading that as masterclass in my mind's eye because that's I know that's
That's
what
how
I
he's been
think is
doing.
gonna come. What is this disaster class? Yeah, I don't know. I hope it happens. But him and Stones tend to score important goals. They've been doing that over and over and over.
That's
Predictions
Yeah.
for today: 0-all Manchester City derby and 2-0 for Atletico over Real. Oh, there's the Madrid derby as well today. We've not mentioned that. They were the Der Klassiker as well yesterday. So it's a massive weekend of football, right? Isn't it? So
Yeah.
Atletico. I hope Atletico win, man. It'll be nice to see someone else win the La Liga apart from Real
They
and
are going
Barca.
to win. I think.
Whoa, this
They
is
are.
some inside information.
Yeah. Guys, do you think Nagelsmann or Ten Hag should be considered as the potential successors of Ole? Yes, Ole has done an excellent job clearing some of the dead wood and bringing some good vibes in the players and fans. But it is time to start looking into footballing side of things. All right, Bruno. I think both those managers are fantastic managers. I don't know if they're gettable managers for Manchester United, and frankly, why would they want to come to Manchester United when they will have other jobs opening? If Jurgen Klopp decides to move on, if this year or maybe next year, that surely is a better prospect for a manager to go to Liverpool. If Pep Guardiola manages to move on, maybe in a couple of years from now, maybe Nagelsmann can wait at RB and just straight away go to City with a squad ready-made for him for victory and success. And beyond that, do you think Ronald Koeman will stick around at Barca for long? I don't. Zizou, Real Madrid
Where
fans
does
are very
Pep
fickle.
Guardiola go?
I don't
Exactly
know.
what I was thinking.
Which
Where does
planet?
I,
he?
I think he goes to manage the Catalonian nation team. I guess I don't know
Yeah,
because he'll never
Yeah.
manage the Spanish team.
I think maybe
He'll be
Spain
with
as a
his.
country or something. We must be a beautiful
I
country.
don't think he will, bro. I think with his
Which
stance for Catalonian separation, he doesn't have a great image in RFEF. That is the Spanish
Yeah.
Fair
Football
enough.
Federation.
Oh,
Yeah.
also,
So
just one point. Would this be the first time a Sam Allardyce team gets relegated?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think so.
Yeah, he's never
yeah.
once been relegated before.
He's never been
चलो
relegated before.
finally वो नौटंकी भी खत्म होगी. You never know. You never know. Pratnesh sounds good, doesn't work. Yeah.
I know it doesn't. I know.
Yeah, it does. Meda also saying और एक और prediction कर दो और pray करो Sindhu wins in a magnificent 3-setter against Marine. 3 भी क्यों? Meda 2. Just an utter domination of Carolina Marine. That's what we want
Let's
PV
go.
Sindhu to do. Let's
Let's
go
go,
PV.
Caro.
You can keep saying Karo, bro. We are supporting our Indian girls today. Let's hope.
Arey, he's supporting any sorry.
Marine. Marine is his favorite player, bro. That's the thing. So yeah. Anyway, we'll move. We'll end the pod here, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Massive props and shout out for Sound of Manchester. We'll try to fit in Insta Live. I think Pratmesh will keep you guys updated there through the SOM status updates. There, we'll try to fit in one tonight if we can. If not, we'll definitely have a reaction post the derby on Sound of Manchester and TSD. We'll try to get an Insta Live going tomorrow if we can, on just an overall purview of the weekend's results. Thank you so much, Vijay, Naved, Pratnesh, and of course Prashant for joining in. Sulaksh earlier who joined in. Thank you guys. It's been wonderful. 70 minutes, 71 minutes just flew by. We had a lot of fun. Hope to see you guys soon. Hope that it's a wonderful weekend of football for all fans possible. Just not City's fans, if you catch what I mean. And here's hoping that United don't embarrass themselves. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. I'm smashing in a 90 plus 3 minute pen today. I would love it. I would absolutely love it.
That
In,
would be fun.
in
3-1.
Kevin Keegan's words, at the risk of making myself a joke, I would love it
Love it.
if that happens. But thank you once again, chaps. We'll see you soon. We'll be back with the football pod live next week. We'll try to catch in the midweek matches as well. Hopefully, we can get the panelists in for that. If not, we'll definitely be live over the weekend. So do stay locked to the sports domain. Cricket lives begin once again in earnest tomorrow. We've got the white ball series of India versus England starting soon. Vijay Hazare, quarterfinals and pre-quarters as well. The Delhi Uttarakhand pre-quarters. That's today as well. So we've got a lot of matches to cover there. We will keep you updated on the PV Sindhu result as well. There is a badminton review to be released very soon as well. So you will find that on the channel. Do check out the website, the Insta page, the Twitter handles, the Facebook account as well. Do give us a like, share, and subscribe. Do check out the LinkedIn account as well. We are on there on LinkedIn. Hoping to join soon, Atul lads. Atul, hope you're doing well, brother. You just shifted cities. Hope everything's going well. We've been having chat on the other side. Just wishing you all the best there in Mumbai, and hope to have you on the pod very soon. Thanks once again, chaps, and we'll see you soon. All of you guys, we'll see you soon.
Bye bye.